The industry and the retailers will look upon it as a tool, not just as the answer, the holy grail.
Roland Waardenburg, welcome. Welcome very much on this beautiful evening in March in Amsterdam. We are here at the Opera, exactly. We're here at the Opera in Amsterdam. We're talking about blockchain and we're talking about food. We are very happy to have you at the table here because you come from where? What is your experience? Why are you interested in this thematic of blockchain and food?
Most of my experience is in the food industry and in retail, food retail. And therefore I'm interested in the toolbox of blockchain because it could create great opportunities for that particular food chain.
Yeah.
Selling to retailers.
Right. Can you give us so if I'm in your position in retail,
Yeah.
What are daily things that you think blockchain will improve? So what is a real-time, real day issue where you think blockchain can have an impact?
I guess the easiest thing is, of course, that we talk about the price. There's always this competitiveness that you want to make sure I'm paying a good price. Let's say the product is coming from Africa, the mango. You want to make sure that if it arrives in Rotterdam, that you paid not too much, but that you also paid enough.
Right. Yeah.
And what you don't want, for example, is that some non-valeur or whatever you call them is somewhere in the chain taking advantage of you good euros and making money and not adding a lot of value to the chain.
Right. So fair pricing, good pricing.
Yeah.
So that is what blockchain is going to bring.
That's what I understand and I hope, and that's how it should work.
Exactly.
And not just that, it's also, for example, I guess around logistics. I mean, there is also big money to be made within logistics because if you make that more efficient, you can order later, you can improve the quality of your product, and you don't have to order as much as you normally do because you can order more close to the cell in the store. So that's also a big opportunity I see with blockchain. Apart from information on volumes, seasonality, certifications, varieties, qualities, all those things.
Right. So more efficient routing, basically, right? Getting really the right amount at the right plate. Yeah.
And I think the industry and the retailers will look upon it as a tool, not just as the answer, the holy grail. No, it's just something that can help them to make the chain more efficient and in the end also more fair, you might say, for everybody.
Right. So summarizing that, blockchain will improve price transparency, the information about pricing, which is key for retail. It will improve the logistics, the efficiency. And we already know it can deliver about 80% efficiency in terms of your supply chain, so that's very significant. What then, if you as a retailer, as working in retail, you think like, wow, this is something that is very relevant for my job now and definitely for tomorrow, what do you do? Where do you start?
I guess it's depending on where you are in the organization, for example. I mean, let's say I'm a sustainability manager. So I'm this guy responsible for sustainability. There's a whole lot of topics, and I think this is going to help me to reach my goals in terms of sustainable trade. But I'm on my own, or maybe I have a few people that work for me and I don't have budget. What do? I have to influence the buyers because the buyers will in the end decide on the application of any tool in the purchasing process.
The consumer.
No, the purchasing process from the buyer to the supplier.
Right.
So that one. I mean, and so I guess if you are a sustainability manager, you have to team up with the buyers and make sure they understand the money, the value component of it all, and at the same time making clear that it does not just making sure that the money reaches the right place, but also making sure that you get a better offering in your stores. And then I think you have a competitive bid also towards your internal buyer to start working on that.
Right.
Apart from IT departments, of course, because they can be awfully slow, and I mean, I don't. They have to connect to the systems in the that they are using for purchasing and everything, and that I don't really get yet how that will work. But I guess we can solve it, but especially if it's a big opportunity.
So if I'm in a retail and I want to do something with blockchain and I'm sort of incentivizing my clients, my partners, do I have to include my IT guys in the same building?
Somewhere down the line you have to, but I would suggest that you first make sure that you have a buyer champion, and that he will beat up IT basically to make sure it actually works, because there's just too much money to be made.
So first get a champion, right? Who's going to champion for the innovation, and then get everybody else on it.
Yeah.
That's a very valuable suggestion and tip, I think. Right. Thank you very much, Ronald. We hope you enjoy the rest of the evening.
All the learnings. Thank you very much.
Thank you.